Hello everybody, it's Jay Brayton here again with another episode of Dominions 5. This one is 1019. So, research and conjuration is completed. So that means we've got access to Summon Health Power. Also means we have Phoenix Power and a little bit of death stuff over here, like Dark Knowledge, search out other sites, and some additional leadership options. We also gain access to a couple of spells, at least one of which is new. So Herd of Elephants, you'll probably have seen before in Dominions 4. Ambush Tigers the same. Herd of Buffaloes is new, however, and they are a size, I believe, 4 Trampler with Berserk, and they're somewhat useful. That's exactly as good as I'd rate them. And as I said, we also gain access to some lesser elemental called the Winds and so on, which I might be casting this turn, I think, and a little bit more, but really we're waiting for level 5 when we get a Harani, Izata and so on, so we'll get back to that then. At the moment, due to an event in Kalem, we have very slightly higher research output than before, so to the tune of, I think, about 7 or 8 per turn, just because our magic rating's gone up. So we're at Drain 2 rather than Drain 3. Over in Flower Meadow Forest, that was attacked. Some Hastitai died, but overall nothing too much, so we are under siege. Now walls are lightly damaged, but we are defending pretty well, so should be able to hold them off over there. Over in Norfangs, Pretender went into that, took it out no problem, killed some additional long dead for some extra XP, I guess. In Agraria, they attacked us and got absolutely trashed, so that is really nice, I suppose. Long-term viewers of my channel may have seen this happen before, where someone just comes in with absolutely no magic and gets all their stuff killed by the application of pretty minimal magic. So that's his profit as well, is Lemur Cunt. So let's, in fact, you know what? Let's be indulgent and have a look. I even, you know what? Just for the sake of it, I will even add some sounds. There we go. Hope this increases your enjoyment of it. So that is one of the Shade Beasts. This is their prophet, Sidsheku. He's diseased, but of course that doesn't matter if you're undead. But he is scary, which is bad, and his protection is pretty high because he's got a legionary helmet in Lorica Segmentata. So Paradise Shadelands is, if we compare it to now, got 10, 11, 14. And then up to 15, 14. So it's a +3 attack, +4 rather, attack bonus on all of that stuff. I believe it may also increase some other stuff. I think it may have increased their magic resistance as well. So Zan Hell Archers are kind of doing an okay job over here. They are being blessed slowly. These guys are already breaking because they're near so much scary stuff. We've got a ghost over here. And yeah, as I said, his prophet back here as well is scary. So it's overlapping fear. It's less bad than it was in Dominions 4 to have overlapping fear because the maximum penalty you can take overall is 5, but you do still take checks and so on. So this guy's also got a chest wound. Doesn't affect his in-combat fatigue very much unless he starts casting spells, but the divine spells are still pretty cheap in terms of casting encumbrance, so it doesn't make too big a difference. And then we just killed him then, so his guy's now retreating. We did probably spend some gems. Yeah, looks a bit like, but I'd say it's overall worth it. So we lost, what, 7 mobile troops. Some of them have retreated as well. Actually, it doesn't look like it because there's no retreat details, so the stuff that ran must have been PD. And in return we killed Centurion, which is 5 gems, put his console to bed, which is another 30. He'll be back in a few turns, but it will be a few turns. And then a fair old amount of these guys who aren't that fast to replace. So the plan for next turn is to gather it all up in Bagaloth and pick a province to kill. Probably this one. Lemurian PD is actually pretty bad. They do not get very much per point, so If they're not patrolling, we can probably just land on all the stuff, kill it pretty quickly. This guy's going to take a little longer than most to arrive, so I think I might actually send him out towards this province over here. He's got a whole bunch of Iron Hail Archers, so I guess we'll send these guys along with him, just to bless. Okay, these guys holding and firing. These guys holding attack rear, and this guy just chilling in the back. Hopefully we'll be able to take some of these provinces out along the way. Make a big push towards here, probably take Undermountain, and see where we go from there. Now in terms of orders, let's try and get this set up. So we are probably going to want a cast of Summon Earth Power, because it's going to normally take more than one turn for Ghosts to get towards our guys, and our guys are set to hold an attack, so we're not really at risk of attacking them on turn 1. Just one, not scripting anti-magic on turn 1. So this will go off second turn, this will go off part way through, and then we'll start reinvigorating quite a lot faster than previously. Then I suppose it's time to cast Personal Regen, so we'll be anti-magicked up already, and then just go on the attack. We are in our own territory, so that's a pretty safe set of orders. When we move into theirs, it may require a bit of a kind of alteration, but we'll see. I think we should be okay with that. These guys are flying back. Took the province away from the barbarians with not too much problem. Put 5 PD in it. You know, I'll hire a barbarian as well, because I don't really want to be losing a 10,500 pop province. Over here, we actually rather luckily got a amphibious pop type, and that looks lower than it was before, so these guys might be starving. I'm not sure how much is in there in terms of supplies, or they may have been attacked badly by the ghosts. And our faction is actually rather good at going underwater, so at some point it'd be nice to get up to construction 2 and have one of our air mages or a water mage. So if we get a Harab Seraph with water, which is very possible, or we can just get an area Seraph, thinking about it, or whatever they're called in this era, Kalan Seraph, and get them to forge a ring of water breathing that we can go underwater with a Nataraja. It won't benefit from Fire Shield, but it's still going to be a good combatant. Still got a bunch of regen. Can you really say fairer than that? Not really. I think I'm going to call it at that for this turn. There's not too much we're doing in terms of attacks other than Chibia, which they may seek to reinforce, or they may not. It's not going to be a particularly critical loss if we lose all this stuff going into here. Be kind of annoying, but not critical. It would also bring this province back into continuity with the others, which would provide the income as well, which would be nice. And yeah, I'd say overall, I feel we're doing okay in this war. Over here, that's annoying, but it is really only annoying. It's not something we're not going to be able to recover from. So yeah. Down here, I think I'm building a palisade. Yeah, starting one off this turn. So that'll be good. We've also got a free lab down here, possibly free. That looks... I don't think I would have built a lab there, so I'm going to have to guess that one's free from an event of some kind. Really hope these guys don't attack there. That would be inconvenient, because the slave market is nearly up to the point where we can get ourselves an empowerment. So I think I'll probably do that to our god. And then re-empower them. Hopefully they won't get horror marked. And then we're pretty much set, because at that point if you start to take inflictions, but you have blood magic, you can always use blood feast and so on to recover from them, which for an SC Pretender God is always useful. Obviously later in the game, if it goes even remotely late, we can have him make Sanguine Dowsing Rod, have him Blood Hunt, maybe empower other people, maybe just empower himself. Could vamp up, could actually cast AC pretty easily. You know, the world is our hamster at that point. But we'll get to that point if ever we come to it. So, I'm going to call it at that. They may attack over here, they may just defend They may throw everything into Bagloth. We just don't know. That's the joy of multiplayer. Can't wait to be vexed, hoodwinked, or any other form of trickery in future. I'll see you then. Take care.